Welcome back to the Royal Read. So glad you decided to come back and see what I am reading on today. But before we get to the read, you know what I got to do? I got to remind you, if you like my content or you just ran up on my content by accident and you really say, wait, this might be my jam. Please subscribe. Please hit the notification bell so you'll know when I upload, which is every day. And give me a thumbs up so I can fight off the algorithm. I would appreciate it. All right, listen, let's get into the royal read. I'm going to tell you this. I got triggered today. And I was on Twitter, and I'm going to tell you what triggered me. This right here triggered me. Everybody see that? That triggered me. Because I remember a similar picture like that Meghan did. And there we are. And the reason this picture here triggered me is because I am just about fed up to here with all this co-opting of Meghan. That family seems like it has never had an original thought in its life. They always talk about tradition, tradition. What is a tradition? Copying someone, taking on their persona, um, just having a mood board that is absolutely full of everything that is Meghan. I remember not long ago, in one of my videos, I made a comment about when Meghan was in Kenya. And they had a big thing about what Meghan was wearing. She wore it wasn't her back went out, but it was just like it showed quite a bit of her back to a school, and then she wore a dress that had a little cutout in her stomach and her leg. And which is not unusual because when Meghan was in Australia, when they went on their Australian tour, I can't remember exactly where they were, but they were walking on a boardwalk, and we had just recently found out she was pregnant and she was holding her stomach. She had a little dress that had the slit in it, so it's not too unusual. But I think Meghan is tired of them copying her too. And I think Meghan said, I'm going to wear some stuff that y'all will not be able to wear, or, you won't be able to get away with it now that you're a working royal, or you're, now Zara and Eugenie can get away with it. Well, Zara can because she's thin enough, but Eugenie, we all know what the deal is there. But I digress. I think Meghan is just tired of it. Because it's almost, do you honestly think Meghan has not noticed what is going on here? I mean, you would have to be blind to see it. And I am sick of it. I am just, and at first I said, I'm not going to let it bother me. I'm not going to let it bother me. It bothers me now. It really bothers me. I am just really, really tired. This woman shows up and pulls off the same picture that Meghan did spontaneously. If you think this was spontaneous, I have several bridges in New York, one in California, the Golden Gate, to sell you, because this was planned up until, I bet, knowing how many children was going to show up to make sure it was going to be enough. As a squatty, as a Harry and Meghan supporter, you really have to choose your battles, because you will get burnt out because these people are never stopping. They're ongoing all the time. I have just never saw anybody so milquetoast plain to the point where somebody came in with some seasoning and they lost their mind. They are copying it down to the letter. It reminds me of that scene in Coming to America, the woman that Eddie Murphy falls in love with, her dad copies McDonald's. It's not McDonald's, it's McDowell's. And I think it wasn't the Big Mac, it was the Big Burt or something like that. They wore similar outfits. They had the arch, but the arch was different. They reworked the arch, but it was the same. And this is the same mess they pulling. The same but different. So they can claim that it's no, 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 no. Come on now. Come on now. And it irritates me. It does. I don't want it to, but it irritates me. It does. And you know what? I went back to find an article about when all this started happening, all this single femaling, this all this copying started, what people were saying. And back then, even people like the Daily Mail and the Mirror was calling it out. Everybody could see that Kate was blatantly copying Meghan. And like I said, I got to be honest, it always irritated me. But I was able to just, okay, okay. But this right here triggered me. I guess because it was Camilla, and everybody knows how I feel about Camilla. And this is not the first time with Camilla. When we start going through the pictures, you're gonna see that this is not the first time with Miss Camilla. You know when Harry and Meghan was in that family, and they were doing their last engagements, and Meghan had went to the theater group that she was a patron of, and she was giving that patron, up. Camilla was giving a speech, I think a couple of nights afterwards or something like that, and Meghan released pictures of. I don't know if she released it on her Instagram or how they were released. My OG squatters, you tell me in the comments because I can't remember. But at the time they were reporting that Camilla really had a problem with that, and I was saying to myself, they just stirring up trouble. That was before all of the scales had fell from my eyes, because I really still wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt. I just never thought somebody like Camilla would have a problem with anybody. Her position was secure. What was the problem? But I did not know the deep rooted insecurity that was in that family. I thought it was just Charles. I had no idea that it was William and Kate and all of them. That's including Eugenie. Look at Eugenie's wedding. I mean, it was just almost a copy and paste of Harry and Meghan's. Even down to the car they left in. But Harry and Meghan's car was a convertible. Eugenie and them didn't think through it. And Eugenie was just about too big to get in there. Go look at the footage. She couldn't hardly get in there with her dress. She unlike Meghan. Meghan changed clothes. Eugenie did not. But it was just a copy and paste of Meghan's wedding. It was. And look how they do their baby announcements. When Eugenie had that first baby, she didn't show all of his pictures. I can't remember if she showed his. I think she showed his hand, and they gave Meghan holy hell for just showing Archie's feet and some forget me not flowers that Diana loved. You remember that? They gave her holy hell. Why can't she just show the whole baby? Why can't she show the whole baby? And turned out all of them start doing that. To this day, from that day to this day, I hadn't saw Sienna. I think her name is Sienna, Princess Beatrice's daughter. So, I mean, it's the whole family. That's why it irritates me so. It's the whole family. I can't even imagine being Megan, having to live through all of that. They criticize you for everything and then turn around and do everything that you do. Like this little thing that William did going to the Taylor Swift concert up there dancing. Where he get that idea from? We all know. We all know where he got that idea from. And I think if I see one more article about Travis, what is his name, Kelsey, and Taylor Swift, and that concert, and Charlotte, and George, and if I see one more article, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It was somebody posted it. I think it was on the. I think it was on the Daily uh, Fail website. Sometimes I just can't help myself, y'all. I be like, sometimes I don't feed them. I serve them up dust, and I do that most of the time. But when I am triggered, it is hard for me not to let these little fingers tap out something. And I posted, I have never saw anything more pathetic than someone who is so hungry for any kind of acknowledgement or any kind of feeling that they are relevant as these people, to the point where Taylor Swift's concert was almost a week ago and they are still squeezing out the last drop of relevance out of that. I know people who are not squatties are sick of that. How many articles can you write? And on the Murdoch, I go on the Murdoch, like I go on TMZ, page six, stuff like that, just to get other articles. Because I do have another page that I do uh, um, hot topics. So I go on there and look and see what's going on in the world. And it is just story after story after story after story about that Taylor Swift concert. And my timeline, every other thing is that Taylor Swift concert. What if they were as relevant as Harry? The royal rodents would lose their mind. One of them posted, and I had to let my fingers do the walking again. Sometimes I just can't help myself. They posted a picture of Taylor Swift in a Union Jack outfit. And then it was just posts about, yeah, all the praising of Taylor Swift. And I love Taylor Swift. Don't get me wrong. I don't have anything against Taylor Swift. I love Taylor Swift. It's just them I can't stand. And so it was a cute little outfit with a little hat and stuff like that. And they just, Taylor Swift is their national hero now. But I had no problem in reminding them that Taylor Swift is an American pop star, born and bred. She has no ties to the United Kingdom. She even got rid of that boyfriend that she was dating from over there because he was some kind of degenerate and she didn't know it. Now she's got an all American boy. Well, man, American. She's American. And I reminded them it's funny to me how xenophobia can just evaporate when it can serve their purpose. Now they have no qualms in talking crap about Americans every chance that they get. And if Taylor had, I don't know, said, something maybe nice about Harry and Meghan, they would have been talking crap about her. But now she is like a national hero over there. But she can't be because I reminded them that she is an American and she's a liberal. But it's as if they want to take her away from us now. That's the way they do. Any bone that is thrown to them, they devour it like they are starving. Taylor Swift threw them a bone. Travis Kelce threw them a bone. Travis was talking about how nice William was and how well mannered and nice the children were. What did they expect him to say? Because I'm sure they were. Because if anybody know anything about William, they know he is the best suck up when he wants to be. He is a slippery, slimy snake who has the ability to charm whoever. And I'm sure Charlotte and George are great kids. They look like they're great kids. And Charlotte had the sweetest smile on her face in the pictures, like she was so thrilled to see Taylor. But they have to make it into something ugly. Like, bet you can, like Dan Wooten, I bet you can hear the plates breaking in Montecito. Huh? I mean, this is what we are dealing with on the day to day. And any little thing, they blow it all up. What if they had all the things that had happened to them and that has happened to Harry and Meghan? We would not be able to live here. I would have to smash my computer and burn it because I wouldn't be able to take it. Because the way they have behaved over Taylor Swift It's pathetic. It's sad. It's desperate. It's needy. I mean, any little accolade, any little thing, they just play it to the nth degree. But let me get back on the subject. I tell you, y'all have to be patient with me because sometimes I go off on a tangent when something comes up in my mind, and this is triggering me. It's taking me off. You know how I feel about Camilla, and then there she is. I mean, I can just like I said, I can only imagine how Megan feels. Let's visit some of the things that they have just copied from Megan. Look at this. This is Miss Camilla right here. The minute she saw Megan with that handbag, she couldn't copy everything that Megan, but she sure threw that coat on, that scarf, and went and got that handbag, didn't she? When have you ever saw Camilla with a handbag like that? And that's when Megan was still in the family. We going back. Okay. Let's go back to this little ditty here. This is Kate. Okay. Copying Megan down to the T until the point where I had to really take a double take and see which one was Megan and which one was Kate. But of course, once I looked closer, I could tell. You see what I'm saying? And this is the headline. This is what the headline of the post said. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery that mediocrity can pay to the greatness. Now, isn't that the truth? Every time I say that little line like that, I be thinking about the old man in the Wizard of Oz. He said, "Ain't that the truth?" But isn't that the truth? Okay, let's go a little deeper. Look at this. Another two outfits. That was when Kate was really into her bag of copying Megan to the point where I said, that's when I really started thinking that William must have something, in his head about Megan because I have never, this is my thinking, a wife wants to make herself more appealing to her husband. What does she do? She does the things that appeal to him. And look at this, just identical. Okay, let's go a little farther. She even started wearing a hair like her, the bun. Megan, them people over there didn't know what a bun was until Megan came over there with one. Kate wore her hair down all the time. Everybody wore their hair down all the time. Now, I can't put this one on Camilla because Camilla has had her same hairdo since 1983. She hadn't changed one iota. When Diana was 19, Camilla had this hairstyle she got now. But there you go. And it said, who wore it better, Kate Middleton or Slam for copying Meghan Markle's signature low bun? Even the newspapers saw it, called them out on it. But did it stop them? No, nothing stops them. All right, this little ditty right here. What does that remind you of? Here you go. Here you go, right here. That's what it reminds you of. We never saw Kate wear a hat like that. Ever. And that's when she got out of the car. Just disgrace. I mean, just a disgrace. What if Megan had a did something like that? And yet and still they was talking about how Megan showed the corners of her back, how horrible it was. She wasn't dressed appropriate. Oh, Angela Ladden. You remember her saying that when they were in Nigeria? But this right here is okay. This right here is okay. Showing you cooch. I'm telling you, if you really zoom in, I believe I could see Kate's cooch. But that's all good. And all this copying is good too. Look at this. This is when Kate went to Jamaica. And this is when Megan did her one of her last engagement with Harry. All she did was it was lighten the red. Look at that. When did Kate ever do that prior to Megan? She has everything. And oh, excuse me. Even on that Jamaican trip, you can put side by side what Harry and Meghan did on their African trip, and Kate and them did it. The dancing with the native people. Even the dress Kate had on was similar to the one that Meghan had on. Kate had on the same shoes. I love Meghan because she is a strong one. And look at this little ditty. Look at that. I'm telling you, I could have fell off of my chair when I went on Twitter and saw her pretending like she was playing the piano and was sitting up there with that dress. And look at the hair. Look at the hair. It's the same hair. Sorry about the glare. It's the same hair. Oh, and look at this. She did try to put pants with it. She copied every coat that Megan wore while she was over there. Look at this one. Another coat whole thing she copied. And she's not the only one. Look at Miss Zara showed up yesterday. Showed up yesterday. I said to myself, so you see how she got her arm, the long sleeve, she got a long sleeve jean top. She has a long sleeve jean top and shorts. There you go. There you go, right there. Long sleeve jean top, pushed up past the elbows. Oh, and don't forget the sunglasses. You see Megan's sunglasses. Wait a minute. Look here. There she is. There she is, right there. Yeah. Hold on a minute. Okay. Not only do they do all of that, they reach back and get Megan's signature brand of shoes. Kate, before Megan, only wore plain, ordinary pumps. That's it. And the other ones, I don't know what they wore because I could care less. But look, here is Meghan. Here is Kate. The identical shoe. All right. This one is Meghan. This one right here is Meghan when she wore it to the school. One of her last, events that she did, engagements. This is Kate wearing the identical shoe to the Grenfell. And that right there. Megan went and helped those children. I mean, those people that was affected by the Grenfell fire. She did the cookbook and all that. And the minute Megan and them left, Kate and William was over there. I think they were observing. I think it was the second, third year of the Grenfell fire. They had like a memorial or a program or something like that. She showed up with Megan's shoes on and trying to take that away from them. Every patronage that Harry and Meghan has had, they ran to get it. You remember when I just said that Megan went to the theater group? I think it's the Royal Theater Company. I think that's the name of it. I think that's the name of it. She was the patron of it. Okay, and she went there to say goodbye, and that was one of her last events. And she did not film it or anything like that. It was like a private thing, and then she released some pictures. Okay, that was her patronage. Guess who has that same patriot now? Patron now, Camilla. The Queen has about 300 or 400. I don't even know. It's in the hundreds of patrons that doesn't have any royal. They don't have a royal patron. They didn't want none of them. They ran to snatch up all the ones that Harry and Meghan had, except the ones like what is it? Oh God, I cannot think of it. It's one with where you dress the women who are going out and seeking their jobs and stuff. I think Megan is still the patron of that. And then the dog kennel or something like that. She's still the patron of that. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments and tell me what the names are. But they ran to snatch it up. And they wanted Invictus. They have done everything that they can to loosen Harry's grip on Invictus. Harry has to walk a tightrope because if any little thing comes out, they're gonna pounce on it because they don't want him to have Invictus. William is doing exactly what he's always done. Kate has followed suit and practiced the same thing. They want what other people have. They want what other people build up. To me, they remind me of Trump. They said Trump used um, to just lease his name out, and he just any building he would just slap his name on it. That's the way William is. He wants everybody to build everything up, and so then he can slap his name on it. And that's what he was doing with the Princess's Trust when Harry was in there. Cause you haven't heard a peep from them. of any kind of project or anything that they have done since Harry left. They had heads together. They had what else came out of that? Well, Invictus was under there, and I can't think of any other projects. But they would have you know marathons, and they had the headbands. They were doing stuff when Harry was there. You ain't heard a peep out of them. They ain't had a marathon for Heads Together since Harry left. You ain't even heard about Head Together. And I think they had some other thing where they had a hotline or something like that. Harry left that behind too. And you ain't heard nothing about no crisis hotline from them folks no more. Because I know William and Kate had went on the radio and was talking about it and stuff like that, all when Harry was there. But now that Harry's gone, the Princess's Trust is on mute. So let's get back to this. So those are the shoes. All right. Megan's signature black what is it? Aquazora? Well, you know what I'm saying. Look at here. She got them on. That's during the Queen's funeral, during the mourning period before they buried the Queen. And her and William went out on a walkabout. She had them shoes on. And to the point they copied so hard, to the point that Rose Hanbury even, she got into it. And to the point where Yahoo Life wrote a article. It said Cambridge and Meghan Markle's shoes at Wimbledon. She wore Meghan's shoes to Wimbledon, and so did Zara. And guess who showed up? I think it was um I think it was around. It ain't been 2 weeks ago. Zara Tindall, Zara Tindall, and the shoes, and who shows up in Ascot with Megan's Aquazora pumps on? None other than Eugenie. Can you see him right here? Eugenie. How Megan holds it together, I don't know. Because it takes an emotional toll on someone where they mock you, then they copy you. They mock you, then they copy you. And then they get all the praise for it. Like they just had the idea. I think that may be the way they have always treated royalty. I don't know. Yeah, yeah, that's a great idea, but forget that the peasants back here had thought of it a long time ago. I mean, I just don't get it. And I saw this picture right here. They had the state funeral. Mm. The state. dinner for the Emperor and the Empress of Japan. Camilla wore the Queen's ruby tiara. Do you not know? I bet you Elizabeth II, if you went down there in that vault, I bet she is spinning like a top down there to have this bed hopping woman. I'm censoring myself, wearing her jewelry. Before the Queen blew her last breath out, these people, her and Kate, was draped in the Queen's jewelry. And look at her wearing that. The same woman that the Queen for so many years didn't even want to be in the same room with, because she was sleeping with her husband, she was sleeping with Charles, and she was sleeping with Anne's husband. And what woman would not have a problem with that? A woman sleeping with, just sleeping her way through her family. What mother would not have a problem with that? I would have a problem with it. But Charles, no, Charles didn't have a problem with it. He wanted to be her tampon. That says so much about Charles, that he was okay with all of that. But yet and still somehow they're better than us. They're better. Right. Right. I bet the Queen is spinning, because I would be spinning. I would be spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. I am not going to lie about it. I would be. I would absolutely be spinning about it. I mean, it's ridiculous. I'm looking through all the pictures that I just went through of how they have copied Kate. I mean, copied Meghan. Kate has, well, like I said, a whole family is copy Meghan constantly, constantly. Well, William is gonna go over to Africa. If Kate goes, I am so looking for them to make her a princess, something. They're gonna do something. She gonna have one of one of the native cloths wrapped around her. Some She gonna do something. I mean, it is gotten to the point where it is just ridiculous and it's irritating that these mediocre, unimaginative, plain toast people do nothing but copy Megan. And like I said, it's irritating to Megan's fans. I can just only imagine. Megan might be better than me. I know she's better than me. Cause when the Queen's funeral was, and y'all squatties know, and Harry and Meghan and Kate and William did that walkabout, I knew then Meghan was better than me. She's better than, I would say, 80 to 90% of the of black women population in America. Because when Kate stepped to Meghan and Meghan fell back, I knew then Kate had the right one. She had the right American black woman. Because it is not many American black women would have fell back. But Meghan did. Meghan did. And I felt so sorry for Meghan on that day. And I really, I love Harry, but I really had a problem with Harry putting her through that. I understand why he did it because, it was the queen and he had deference for the queen. He loved the queen. And maybe Megan wanted to do it. I don't know. But that just seemed like a big ass to me to be in the car with your tormentor, your bully, someone who did nothing but lie on you and copied you, and then label you as the problem. That's a big ass. And then on top of that, have the nerve to step to you. I said right then, Meghan is a better woman than me. She is. She's a good, good person. And she's a woman who has a really, really strong character. Not saying that I don't have a strong character, but after all the stuff that has been done to Meghan, to still have deference like that to Kate, that's a woman of really, really strong character. Because I know for a fact, I know 100% that I wouldn't have been able to do it. I admire Meghan for doing that. She did what was right. She did what was needed because she understood that it wasn't about her. Kate did not understand that it wasn't about her because she stepped to Meghan. She made it about her and her feelings towards Meghan, her jealousy, her hatred, her continue to mocking and copy her. She made it about that. But Meghan fell back because she knew it wasn't about her. She knew it was about the queen. And that's what makes her better than me. Because I wouldn't have made it about me. I would have made it about Kate. I would have made it about Kate. Because when she took a step in, I would have took a step in too to see what she was going to do. Because my guess, not much. I would have made her fall back and let her know, mm-mm, it ain't going to be like that no more. But Meghan did the right thing. I'm not criticizing Meghan. But it would have been hard for me to fall back. I ain't going to lie. And it would have been hard for a lot of black women from America and a lot of white women from America. We women, I should just say women, because American women, we are made from different stock. But thank goodness they got the right one in Meghan, because Meghan knew it wasn't about her. And she did not make it about Kate. She knew it was about the queen. And that was the right thing to do at that moment. But it would have been hard for me, I ain't gonna lie. All right, y'all. Thank you for stopping by the Royal Read. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up and hit the notification bell. All right. See you later. Bye.